Everybody, welcome. It is Tuesday, January the 12th, 2021. It's the Northernlion Live, stream. It's just a stream. It's not a super stream. Unless every day is a super stream. But if every day is a super stream, no stream is a super stream. Unless you go even super beyond the original super. It's almost impossible to do. It's tough to do. It almost can't be done. Nevertheless, we'll try. Got very dry air today. Very dry air. Nose is getting a little dry. It's so dry, dude. It's raining. How can it be so dry when it's actually like perspiring outside? Anyway, today, what are we going to do? We are going to open with a little bit of book report for myself and Daniel based on the AGDQ runs we watched last week. We're going to present our book reports to the audience. We both made slide decks, which is hilarious. I will say mine's only 5 slides. Like, I did what I could. And one of them is an intro slide and one of them is an outro slide. Daniel, I don't know. He told me not to open his deck yet, but he did send it to me. So I'm eager to see how that goes. Then we'll be playing Quest Rooms, which is a Saw meets Wipeout sort of game, where 2 people try to, like myself and Daniel, try to make it to the end of these devilish obstacle courses, which should be fun. After that, we're going to play maybe like an hour of chess, maybe an hour and a half. And then we'll do a little Minecraft. And I'm not sure if it's going to be solo Minecraft or it's going to be non-solo Minecraft. But either way, it's all good. Let's find out. Hello, Daniel.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
You ready to get into this?
Let's get right into it.
So, let me pull you up. Why don't you start first, and then
Okay.
let me get you pulled up first. I want to have all the accoutrements ready to go.
I don't mind presenting first. I think that's...
Yeah.
So how long do you think yours is going to be overall?
Few minutes.
Yeah, I think I'm probably looking at like 2 to 3 minutes maximum.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Okay.
good. That's good. All right. All right. So I got you pulled up. What I'll probably do is I'm gonna mute you in Discord.
Oh, okay. And you're going to watch my stream. That's good, actually, because I would prefer if you didn't, laugh during the stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty quiet, and I'm gonna mute my mic too.
Okay. Let me just make sure I got this. Okay. Yeah, that seems right. Well,
Okay, I'm going muted.
Oh, Dan, before we do this,
Intro what we're doing.
Let's get in squad stream. Let's get in the squad stream. Oh, you sent me an invite already. Look at that, 2 minutes ago. All right. So Dan wants me to intro what we're doing. I already explained it on my end, but I will explain it for Daniel's viewers as well. In case you forgot, last week we were unable to complete the Minecraft speedrun in the time allotted. And as a result of that, we are presenting a book report this week in a middle school to high school appropriate format of an AGDQ speedrun that we watched. Now, we watched different... I hope we didn't watch the same one. Actually, looking at your slide deck, I know that we didn't watch the same one. I am happy to announce that I had the privilege of watching Mr. Bones' cutscene percent run, which I have subtitled here, A Jewel in the AGDQ 2021 Crown. This was suggested by many people on Twitter. There were a lot of suggestions for runs to watch. Some of them were 6 minutes long. Some of them were 3 hours long. Mr. Bones' cutscene percent is a truly unique and humorous run that is atypical of the speedrun format. And also on top of that, was a nice, very consumable length of approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes. So the pertinent details of the run. The runner is Liz Starr, noted speedrunner who has many speedrun, not only records to her name, but also like a history of just being participatory in a lot of speedruns as well. So she's got a lot of firsts, a lot of seconds, a lot of thirds, a lot of sevenths, and clearly enjoys what she's doing. The length of the run is an hour and 12 minutes, and it was part of my favorite block of AGDQ, which is the awful block, where they play games that are noteworthy for being bad, or at the very least a little bit bizarre. And it was next to games like The Mummy for PlayStation 1, which you can see has a 55 on Metacritic, so you're getting a feel for what the average quality of these games is like. You may have also not seen the Mr. Bones speedrun because it aired at 2:02 a.m. Pacific time, so I feel like this is a good way for us to maybe surface a run that a lot of people didn't necessarily get a chance to watch live. Mr. Bones itself is kind of, it's a game that despite living through its release, I was not familiar with at all. Originally, when I heard that they were doing a Mr. Bones speedrun, I honestly thought it would be some kind of like gimmicky roller coaster tycoon run, like Mr. Bones Wild Ride, like the first person to build a roller coaster that kills like 100 people or something like that. But it is actually a very real game called Mr. Bones. It was released in 1996 for the Sega Saturn. And it's noteworthy because it polarized critics at release. People couldn't seem to decide whether it was so bizarre and, if you'll forgive me, so random as to be not worthy of praise, or if that unique tone and like various unique gameplay mechanics, let's say, made it kind of a gem, or a diamond in the rough, if you could say. Because there is a lot about this game that is not particularly fantastic, but I think it serves as kind of a cool artifact of that era. Mr. Bones, just to give you a very broad overview, the story is that there's this evil wizard named Ghoulie, and he built a scientific laboratory / castle on a graveyard that only has criminals buried there. So he uses magical bongos and skeleton essence, I believe it's called, skeleton magnetism or something like that, to bring skeletons back to life, and then he's going to take over the world with them. However, Mr. Bones is not a criminal. Mr. Bones is just a blues musician who happened to be buried in the wrong graveyard. So he is not under Ghoulie's spell, and instead he does all sorts of stuff to try to stop Ghoulie, ranging from winning over some skeletons with the power of his electric guitar gameplay, as well as, playing some magical bongos himself, which allowed him to be transported into the Midas realm. He wooed a spectral banshee, and later on they maybe have a little bit of a romantic interest thing going, and it's really one of a kind. So why would you watch this speedrun? Well, the first thing is, it's not your typical speedrun in the sense that it's not an any percent, it's not a 100% or anything like that. It's a cutscene percent. So half of the fun of the game, and watching the speedrun as well, was watching the cutscenes, because most people, myself included, have never even heard of this game before. So this is the rare speedrun where you actually, in order to complete the run, you have to watch every cutscene all the way in its fruition. So just for that, it's not a typical speedrun. And to be honest, it's almost more of like a let's play than a traditional speedrun. You're not going to see sorts of weird glitches and stuff. You're not going to see, mashing the A button 75 times in order to override the memory overflow or something like that and then glitch through a wall. Instead, it's more, pardon me, almost like just an FMV game that's fun to watch. It's an extremely unknown game, and I was kind of like not in the industry, but I was a gaming consumer back in the day. Still never heard of it, which kind of took me by surprise. Moreover, Mr. Bones, it kind of rips, man. Like, the game, I wouldn't describe its mechanics as good, but it almost reminds me a little bit of Deadly Premonition, where like the mechanics kind of suck, but the actual the sheer uniqueness and the idiosyncrasies make the game so unique. that I think it's almost like laudable, despite not being by traditional metrics you would consider a good game. And then secondarily, or maybe even primary, because it's AGDQ, I thought the runners did a good job of keeping things light, having the game, speak for itself, and really they understood what they were there for. It wasn't really a spotlight on the runners and like technical skill or anything like that. It was instead like, hey, let's just get together, let's have some nice wholesome fun together, and laugh at the game, but also be like, you know what, it's got some artistic choices that at the very least were brave. And more than anything else, it's like a nice time capsule of where games were at that awkward period in the mid-90s where like there's a little 3D, there's a little 2D, but the technology to make them work isn't really there. Like there's a lot of FMV in the game and stuff like that. So yeah, I had a great time watching the Mr. Bones speedrun. Hour and 12 minutes. Would definitely recommend it. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Any questions? Just waiting for Daniel to return. He's filling out your book report. Oh, he graded me. I see. Does Mr. Bones have a girlfriend? Plot thickens. Thank you, by the way, for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you, teacher, for the gifted subscriptions. Mr. Bones, at the end of the game, spoilers, he does kind of have a girlfriend. There's a banshee that he uses to help him escape from the Minus Realm, and he woos her with the power of an incredible guitar solo. And then I think at the end of it, he says something like, "She's got no bones, I got no skin. This might actually work." Like, it doesn't even really make any sense, but it's kind of just a great... it's just a great line, which is indicative of the tone of the game overall. What was my favorite cutscene? Definitely, there is a cutscene where Mr. Bones stumbles upon a cabin in the middle of the wilderness, and inside of the cabin is a blind blues musician who's just jamming out on the bass. And then he's blind, so he doesn't know that Mr. Bones is a skeleton. So Mr. Bones walks in, and he doesn't really even know how to play the guitar, but then he just picks one up, and the blind guy goes like, "Nah, don't try to play, just play." And then he goes like, "Squeedle deep, 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 doodle 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 doodle, bip bip, squeedle boop 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 boop." Like, he just gets it perfectly. That's a pretty good one. There's a lot of interesting levels in Mr. Bones as well. There's a level that rips off Tempest. There's a level that rips off what's that game? Chopper. You know what I'm talking about? Where like there's POWs you have to rescue with your helicopter, but there's also like spiders coming down from the sky. Choplifter, is that what it's called? Anyway, there's an asteroids level. Yeah, there's a level. There's a really weird level where you like there's almost like a maze level on a frozen lake where you stand on the ice, but then the second half of the level is taken from a top-down perspective. Like, you're actually like, it's taken like they put the camera under the ice. It's very weird. It's like a one-of-a-kind game. And the run is pretty economical, an hour and 12 minutes. I saw that the overall speedrun is like 40 minutes, so that should tell you, there's like, maybe like 20 to 30 minutes of cutscenes in the course of the thing as well.
You're getting a roaring, easy clap ovation on this side of the lecture hall, Ryan Gary.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
Would you like to know what your coagulated percentage was as voted upon by the chat?
Sure, yeah, I'd love to.
You got a beautiful, stellar 88%.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's B plus.
No, in Canada, that's an A.
Oh, you know what? Even better. We'll take on your marks. I learned a lot. My take. I didn't know. I just had I have one question for you where I got confused. At the beginning, there was a picture of the mummy, and then it changed to Mr. Bones.
I was using the mummy as a demonstration of other games that were in that block.
Oh, okay. I just got a little. I mean, that was like I know grade school to high school. That was or was it middle school to high school presentation?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's somewhere in that range, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was very informative, and looks like you took, you really dissected. I was telling chat that if we were doing a group project, I mean,
Oh, you want me on your group project? I promise you that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. If you give me 1 sec, I gotta get your stream going here. I already have a screen region for you.
Okay.
But it's from like 3 weeks ago. So you were hosting someone named Iceman Isaac. I'm gonna hit a quick refresh. Oh, you know what? I'll just do a quick properties refresh cache of current page.
Oh, real quick. What is the other thing I had a hard time understanding is new vernacular says this game rip.
Oh, you don't know rips? Mm. Rips is like it's sweet. It's sick.
Okay. Like gnarly.
Grandpa. Nobody says gnarly these days. Okay, browser source, Daniel, stream. Then you're going to make it twitch.tv/Dan Giesling. And let's make that 1920 by 1080. Oh, there he is. You're probably going to have doubled audio for just 1 sec here.
Okay, I want to make sure that we got the technical issues out of the way. Check 1 2. I got my lavalier mic on. Check 1 2.
I think. Hold on, is this muted? Can you say something?
Testy 1 2 3. Testy.
Can you say something?
Testy 1 2 3.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm good.
You want to mute Discord?
Yeah, I will mute and deafen on Discord, and I will see you in just a moment.
You want to mute Discord? Okay. I would just like to say if you're
on Discord. Sorry for the doubled audio. We're working it out.
I would just like to say if you're co-broadcasting this to your academia, the music that you will hear is DMCA friendly. We have the licensing. Excuse me, if we can get the house lights turned down a little bit. Maestro, music, please. Music, Maestro.
It's just like in class.
Maestro.
When you finish your presentation first, and then you just get to watch like 20 of them.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 596 production, Megaman 2, also known as Rockman, outside of North America. Any percentage with zip strats. Okay, this is an accoutrement. I know we're supposed to pick a game, but this is a conglomeration between a legendary figure.
This seems fine.
And the game. All right, here we go. Some very important terms, if you'll mind my camera placement. Okay. Zips. You're gonna hear me say this word zips. Zip strat. Zips is rare air, pixel perfect ziptation used by yeeting oneself off screen. Okay. The other word is you're gonna see the term physically written good wood. It's Sinister One's nickname for Woodman. Okay. This is Sinister One, and here's a little look
113 BPM, dude. That's so good.
Spliticity. Any percentage zip strats. Okay. This is Sinister One back in the day. You made
my man's going out for a jog right now.
AGDQ, EGDQ, and GDQ punch out fame. And as you can see, I wasn't able to manipulate the text, but you got to respect the good wood. Okay. Here we go. Couple things. How to get good at Mega Man 2. Number 1, use zip strats. Number 2, know how to control the menuicity. Okay. Hoggy stuff in the run.
Dude, the slides are so aesthetic. It looks like the new Burger King branding.
In 2008, Game Informer listed Mega Man's 2 introduction sequence as the 5th best video game opening of all time.
What is this?
By Michael Scott.
It's like touching the borders of the screen, and then
Takashi Tatishi, which is the actual composer. All right. Now, what you're gonna see next. Okay, this is if you have any. You know, I know this is being broadcast to Professor Laterno's audience. If you have a case of the giggles and maybe your maturity level is not proper, you may want to excuse yourself. But Poggy Stuff Part 2 is zip strats. Okay, this is what makes Rockman 2 Rockman 2. Okay, so here's an example of Sinister One. Okay, what he does, he uses the one platforms to get pixel perfect presentation right there, and then due to technical limitations, this is emulating. He would fly across the screen. Okay.
Oh, he didn't. I see. He doesn't have a GIF.
That's an example of a zip strat.
The worm is
Sinister
illustrated.
One, he may be number 12 on the Megaman 2 speedrunning chart. As you can see right here, is a beautiful time of 27:19. The number 1 is Cool Kid, 26:37. Sinister One, number 12 on the board, but number 1 in our horts. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a presentation on Mega Man 2 speedrun, aka Rockman 2, aka the autobiography of Sinister One. My name's Dan Giesling. I'll see you guys next time.
All right. Let me, I got to interact with this stream in order to mute it. Just give me a second here. He popped back in the Discord. Okay. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Hey, dude, you really went all out on the aesthetics of the presentation, huh?
Yeah, you know, sometimes I say all flash, no substance.
Yeah, there was some substance to it, but you know what? I thought you did a good job of, rather than spoiling any of the run, you did a good job of teasing what might be in the run. You know, like you demonstrated the central mechanic that makes the speed run most interesting, the ability to glitch through the ceiling and then zip through the worm tunnel. But you didn't spoil any of the nougaty center. You know,
no.
people still can watch it, and you know, with a 27-minute time, then that's that's very economical.
Yeah, I think we both got passing grades, and I think at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Can I?
I'll take questions if you got any questions.
Well, your mark has come in from class as well. Your grade.
Okay.
You have gotten, would you believe it, an 89?
Yeah, I'd like to thank both the conglomerating student bodies for the generous presentation. I do have to dock myself 1% for using unauthorized images in it. So I didn't use MLA CLG format. So it looks like we got the exact same score.
Hey, look at that.
How long did it take you to put your presentation together?
Like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, I'd say probably like 5 to 10.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah.
Dude, I love public speaking. It's like, I understand how this sounds, but it's so easy. You can't just like write an essay in like 10 minutes, but if you have to do like a 10-minute long speech, you can just wing it and do totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I got through school most of the time.
I believe that.
That and being on the good side of the teachers, it doesn't hurt, No,
I understand.
But I think that was probably, I'm gonna hit you with the real.
Yeah.
Like I was about to go live. I'm like, oh man, I got to do this book report. Like it didn't feel good,
which is what you want, right?
Yeah. But once I was done, I'm like, okay, I feel like I accomplished something today.
That's good.
So,
you ready
I do
to
have
move
a
on
question
to some...
for you.
Oh, please, yeah.
Regarding Minecraft.
Yes.
The portal.
Yes.
The placement of it. What can you just talk to me about your inspiration?
Hold on. I opened quest rooms and it took over my whole monitor. Can I talk about the placement of the portal? Yeah, the placement of the portal, I thought it was like close to the town center, but not like so close as to inhibit people. But I have a feeling you might take some issue with that.
No, I was just, like Sips has explained his inspiration. I just wanted to get your inspiration.
I wanted to do it relatively close to the lava, with the lava and the water.
Okay. So it was more of out of ease than aesthetics.
Well, I don't know. Wouldn't you want the Nether portal to be relatively close to your base of operations so you can get in there easily?
Oh, yeah. It's not about what I want. It's about what you wanted.
I would like, generally speaking, I like to put things that I use in close to the place where I would like to use them from.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can you explain why you left the tops of trees around at all opportunities instead of just building one block higher and then cutting the top of the tree off so that all of the leaves could actually decay and not leave them like an eyesore throughout our vista?
Yes, I was actually doing it for green energy purposes. It would require less coal to keep the base warm in the evening with a little bit of cloud cover, and so that's why I left it up there.
I'm not sure about that one. Okay, do me a favor as we get into quest rooms here. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Don't have it on your screen just yet.
Okay.
Because the game seems to be polite, a little jank, and I'm worried that it's going to be like, hey, here's your home address when you join up.
I understand.
There's always a chance, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to call
I appreciate the looking out.
I am going to call
Would I get the invite from your... Okay.
Yeah, from Steam, right? Like, so I think we do death challenge.
Okay.
Game name, I will send you. Let's call it this. I don't know if you're gonna need it, but I'll give it to you anyway.
Okay. I'm going to log in on the friends list. How cool is the Minecraft server though, man?
Dude, it's a lot of fun. Very easy game to put in there.
I was like going like it was vanilla has changed so much. It felt like there's mods, but the mods weren't like 800 deep.
No,
you know?
I definitely hear that. It's like a little easier to understand everything that's going on. All right, here is your invitation through Steam.
Okay. I am. So the story behind this game is I accepted the invitation. I didn't look into it, but I trust your judgment, and really I judge every game off of thumbnails.
Right.
So, okay, so I clicked on it, but nothing really changed. Join friends.
Yeah, maybe you can find my lobby from there.
Is your lobby called Gingham?
Yeah, I mean, that's a piece of information that I put in the back channel in order to make it so that if other people wanted to join our game, they wouldn't be able to.
Oh, but you got to put a password in anyways. What does
yeah,
that
it's
mean?
like that's why I put 2 locks on my house, is so that I can just give away 1 key to absolutely everybody, and I've still got the backup lock.
What does that mean?
I think gingham is like a kind of it's a pattern or a fabric.
Okay.
Dan Giesling is connected. Start game.
Okay.
So quest rooms is Saw meets Wipeout. It is a twisted obstacle course from the mind of a madman.
Okay.
It is on sale on Steam and looks kind of janky.